an Instagram star, Emma Coronel Espuro, and former beauty queen, who also happens to be the spouse of El Chapo, one of the most heinous criminals ever to walk the face of the planet. Was it just beauty? Or was Emma Coronel Espuro also a criminal? Let's find out. Love story. Emma Coronel Espuro, a 17-year-old contestant in the Coffee and Guava Festival beauty pageant in northern Mexico, to declare her candidature. However, the most potent drug trafficker in the world attended Mrs. Coronel Espuro's gathering, which was rather unusual. Locals in Canelas claim, but by the end of the celebration, the young beauty queen and the drug boss had been engaged. Despite the fact that she was still a minor living in a typical rural home, her parents gave her permission to date El Chapo, who accompanied her to local dances. Coronel stated to Hernandez, "We talked and danced," and Chapo realized that he had come across a woman of his fantasies when she prepared his favorite food for him a few days later. However, the drug lord's wife, reportedly not even his legal spouse, the second wife of the notorious kingpin, claimed in a new book that she is not legally wed to the man. El Chapo is still shown to be legally married to his first wife, a social worker he wed in 1977, in the book Emma and the Other Narco Women, which was released on January 25th. In the book, Ms. Espuro asserts her marriage to Guzman in July 2007 was performed under the law of the divine. The cartel boss, who is currently in prison, is still legally married to his first wife, Alejandrina Salazar, with whom he has 5 children. According to the New York Post, the marriage was only recently confirmed by the book's author, Anabel Hernandez. Mrs. Espuro, who had twins with Guzman, claimed that she had no idea what her spouse, who was 30 years older than her, was doing at the time of their wedding. The drug lord was wanted by authorities at the time, and wanted posters of his image could be found all throughout the nation. The 2019 trial. Coronel's popularity rose during the Guzman's 2019 prosecution in New York, when she gained media attention for her luxury wardrobe and the devotion she displayed for her husband, despite the fact that prosecution described how he maintained a series of lovers. She even gained attention in court drama when a former aide to Guzman's, who reported Coronel played a crucial role in her partner's Hollywood-style prison break in 2015. His escape involved digging a mile-long tunnel under the shower of his jail cell. Not just his lover, but ex-partner. For about 30 years, Guzman reigned over the Sinaloa cartel, expanding it into a famously ruthless international empire. But when he was brought to the United States for prosecution in 2017, his run came to an end. A federal jury found Guzman guilty of a number of offenses, but after hearing the horrifying accounts for his brutal escapades from the victims and their households, as well as the complex details of the multi-billion-dollar drug business from numerous ex-cartel members, the 64-year-old is now at Colorado's Supermax prison, where he is currently serving a life sentence. Coronel's father had been an influential lieutenant in Guzman's organization, and the inquiry into him lasted for almost 2 years. According to court documents, she oversaw a sizable fortune made from selling multi-ton cocaine, heroin, and marijuana shipments. He's also said to have acted as Guzman's intermediary and messenger for years when he was on the run or briefly imprisoned, including some of his sons. Life without El Chapo. In hopes to take advantage of her reputation outside of Mexico and profit on her husband's success, Coronel started a clothing line in the US in 2019 and has even made an appearance on the Mafia reality show there. In discussions with the media, Coronel stressed that her unwavering loyalty to Guzman and the commitment to raising her twin girls, Emma, is similar to the previous Sinaloa drug cartel families, a former acquaintance stated to the Reuters. Mrs. Hernandez mentioned that Ms. Espuro showed up for every of Guzman's court proceedings, but she claimed that this was a ruse to make it seem as though the drug lord was devoted husband and father. The young beauty queen ultimately received a 3-year sentence for aiding in her husband's cartel enterprise. She insists that she is still committed to her husband, and she is now dealing with the consequences of her actions alone in prison, which could make it a tough pill to swallow. Only time can tell now how her life will be after she is released. What will El Chapo feel regarding her complying with US authorities? Will the cartel forgive her? She may not really appreciate how it is right now, but at least she seems to be safe. What do you think El Chapo might do to his beloved wife?